Fantastic to see water being added to this sustainability summit. Unfortunately, water is the last priority when we compare it with energy. Everyone talks about energy, solar energy, renewables, hydrogen, and all very big things. But the fundamental element of our body, of our universe, of our earth is missed out. Since it has not touched upon critically to us, but it is going to come up to a stage where we will be having a total stress on this. There is a term called day zero. I mean, most of us know that day zero is the time when the water gets filled, there is no water as such for our use. It has happened many times in the world. Johannesburg has been a case study, and latest it was in Shimla. We have seen a horrible pictures where there was no water for the city. The climate sustainability, climate change, I mean, it cannot be complete without understanding that water is the core and center of all these things. We can't do anything. I mean, again, water is ingredient to energy, and energy is again in a close nexus with water. So water connects everything. We need to give its due importance and respect. As far as our understanding in India, we, out of one of our studies which we did, out of 20 basins, 9 basins, we call it 9 river basins, they are already water stressed. The only water basins, river basins which are going in a good shape are Brahmaputra and Godavari. Rest of all are going to get into water stress zone in next 10 years. The kind of the water requirements which is increasing day by day for our population as well as for our industries requirement. The point is that this water stress is going to affect around 60 crore of population of India. We in Delhi live in Delhi. I mean, we know कि पानी जो है हमारा कितने घंटे आता है, and nobody has asked questions. Why पानी हमारा 2 ही घंटे क्यों आता है दिल्ली के अंदर? You go to Mumbai, 2 घंटे आता है. You go to Indore, 1 घंटा आता है. Some cities are striving hard. ये पानी है कहाँ? बारिश इतनी ज़्यादा है, फ्लड इतनी हो रही है, पर पानी है कहाँ? पीने का पानी क्यों नहीं है? और इनफैक्ट हम अपने यहाँ ये कहते हैं कि हमारे यहाँ तो इंडिया में अब डूब मरने को पानी भी नहीं बचा, क्योंकि पानी का जो सारा का सारा यूज़ और यूज़र्स के बीच में इतनी कन्फ्लिक्ट्स हैं कि पूरा का पूरा पानी की हर बूंद पे किसी न किसी का नाम लिखा गया है, वो लिखा जा चुका है. आगे आने वाली सारी फ्यूचर जनरेशंस वो पानी कहाँ से लाएंगी, कैसे लाएंगी, ये एक बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन आएगा. आज हम जो बात करने आए हैं इस सस्टेनेबिलिटी समिट में, इसमें पानी को हमने महत्वपूर्ण तरीके से ये देखना है कि इस जो आने वाला एक खतरा है उसको हम कैसे निभा सकते हैं. और सिंस आई हैव वर्कड अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम इन द गवर्नमेंट सेटिंग पॉलिसीज, and we have got a good number of data, and we have analyzed, and then we developed into a concept called, my previous speaker has already indicated, as a water use efficiency. So efficiency is very important. You know, this ये event है, बहुत अच्छी चल रही है. I mean, I am thankful to the organizers who have organized it very beautifully and very efficiently. So efficiency is a thing which we require every day. And we have got energy efficiency also, where we described as proper use of energy. Similarly, we have a water use efficiency. The efficiency is that it's not conservation. Efficiency is not conservation. Conservation means we limit our resources and we limit our demands to the available sources. We are talking a concept called efficiency in terms of using the water properly to its requirements and not overusing it. द सेम थिंग अप्लाइज टू हमारे फार्मर्स जो यूज़ करते हैं पानी खेती में, कि वो कितना पानी यूज़ करें, जितना चाहिए फसल को, पौधे को उतना पानी दें, और इसके अलावा ऊपर पानी ओवर इरिगेशन ना करें। और हमारी इंडस्ट्री को जो पानी चाहिए हम उतना पानी दें, और बाकी वो है वो रीयूज़ कर लें। अब पूरा इकोसिस्टम पानी का जो हमारा हमने जो एसेस किया है इंडिया के अंदर, इरिगेशन इज़ द लार्जेस्ट यूज़र। आई थिंक एंजलियो जॉय साहब ने भी दिखाया, इरिगेशन यूज इज़ द लार्जेस्ट अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर इन इंडिया। So we started thinking that we should use efficient methods in irrigation. We should use smart irrigations for irrigation, and we divert that water to other uses. Our water pyramid is different from the world. We are basically working more on using more water for our agriculture purposes, जबकि दुनिया के अंदर पानी जो है वो इंडस्ट्री में, अगर हमें डेवलप कंट्री की तरफ जाना है तो इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट हमारे को पानी की रिक्वायरमेंट बहुत ज़्यादा होने वाली है। एक छोटी सी मिसाल है कि वी आर स्ट्राइविंग टू हैव अ चिप मैन्युफैक्चरिंग फैक्ट्री इन इंडिया। नाउ चिप फैक्ट्री इन इज़ अ वेरी हाई वाटर कंज्यूमिंग। इट्स 0.5 BCM ऑफ वाटर इज़ यूज्ड इन वन फैक्ट्री पर ईयर। सिमिलरली अगर हम डिस्प्ले सिस्टम की तरफ जाना चाहेंगे, मोबाइल के डिस्प्ले सिस्टम की तरफ हमारी बड़ी आस है, हम चाहते हैं कि हमारी वहाँ फैक्ट्रीज़ जो हैं, इंडस्ट्रीज़ जो हैं वो यहाँ लगें, तो उसके लिए भी बहुत हाई डिमांड, अराउंड 1 BCM वाटर इज़ रिक्वायर्ड फॉर दिस। हम सिटीज़ में देखते हैं वी आर नाउ शॉर्ट ऑफ आवर एरियाज, स्पेस इंक्रीज़ करना है तो वी हैव टू गो फॉर हाई राइज बिल्डिंग्स। अब हाई राइज बिल्डिंग्स में जाना है तो हमारे को 25 स्टोरी 30 स्टोरी के लिए, हु इज़ गोइंग टू गिव द वाटर टू देम? आर वी वाटर सफिशिएंट? आर वी गोइंग टू गेट द वाटर? सो द नीड इज़ टू हैव अ अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ वाटर यूज एफिशिएंसी एंड link it with energy efficiency, because both the things go merrily well. There are many ways in which we have to see that efficient use of water has to start with the source. Source is very important. We have got groundwater. Last George साहब ने दिखाया कि groundwater and surface water are two sources of water in India. Groundwater is in critical state. There are around 27% of blocks, we call it blocks, all over India, which are in critical shape. Now we have got a policy of solar pumping. Now people from industry are sitting here. If farmers are getting solar pumps and they are exploiting the groundwater in those critical areas, what is going to happen? So we did a study and we told the MNRE people also. 7.5 HP का पंप लगाते हैं, एक फार्मर को, इंडिविजुअल को दिया जाता है, और एक दिन में वो करीबन 1.5 लाख लीटर निकाल देता है। 1 हेक्टेयर में गेहूं की खेती के लिए 40,000 लीटर मैक्सिमम पानी यूज़ होता है 120 दिन में, वो एक दिन में निकाल देता है। तो वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द होल इकोसिस्टम वेयर वी आर वर्किंग। यू सी, वी हैव टू क्रिएट सर्टन, वी डोंट पुश, आई मीन माई एड्रेस टू ऑल ऑफ यू इज, वी शुड नॉट पुश द थिंग्स फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ you, I mean for one sector. We have to see the whole sector as such, see the whole India as such, that one thing may be affecting the other sector badly. Saudi Arabia has been, has been the largest wheat exporter of the world. I mean, you may be finding it totally amazing to know that Saudi Arabia was the largest wheat exporter of the world till 2000. And then when they realize that they have just no water left, all its underground reservoirs are getting empty, they immediately brought the policy of stopping it. Now it is the largest importer of wheat, and India is the largest exporter of wheat to Saudi Arabia also. So we should learn from these examples. There are many ways in which we need to address the issues. The point, I mean, there is another dimension which we add, we call it technological interventions. We tell that technologically we can bring more efficiency. But efficiency has, efficiency is a human factor involved in this. Involvement and behavioral changes are a very important concepts in efficiency. We can't bring out any change until unless we make it people aware, until unless we make the stakeholders involved. we can't involve we can't involve a large change of policies without making the people understand. No, we are going in a solar and wind in a way, but I mean again we need to create a system where our energy demands are matching to our energy production or renewable productions, because in the night we again need to store that energy, and that will again using energy and cycle that. The point is that we have to work out a mechanism where we just work out a whole ecosystem. And I mean my request would be that you should not lose the sight of water as such. The water can be we can actually use the efficiency method in water to bring more economical development of our country. Until unless we link those two factors, we can't just do it in isolation. We are going to be energy decarbonized. 2030 is our goal for our decarbonization, for our renewables. But we have to see that our water sustainability remains as our top priority. We have got to understand that technologically, regulatory mechanism in terms of certain creating some baselines and benchmarking, in terms of some auditing. We need to create all those paradigms to understand that we remain a water secured country in the world. We have to see that we have got some अवेयरनेस कंपेनिंग जो हमारे लोगों को बताना है, जिसके अंदर हमें इन्वॉल्व करना है. एंड forums like these, they should not miss out the water story in all our sustainability events.
We need to ensure water availability, given that our groundwater level is depleting, and by 2031 I think it is going to drop further to 1,367 cubic meters. So to bring that efficiency in terms of to ensure water security in terms of safe drinking water, what is the government of India doing to make people aware? Because in your speech you mentioned that awareness is the key.
First of all, you see, water, the largest consumer of water in India is irrigation. So government of India is thinking to bring out a smart irrigation. We are working on that. Similar to like जैसे हमारे अर्बन एरियाज़ में वी हैव गॉट टूटी लगी होती है जिसमें पानी आता है. सो सिमिलर थिंग वी आर थिंकिंग कि फार्मर्स के यहाँ भी टूटी लगे और वो पानी का इस्तेमाल करें, सो दैट ऑल द लॉसेस ऑफ वाटर are get dissipated, and we just take the full advantage of water use efficiency at 95%. So this is one area in which we are working very seriously. Now, second thing is community involvement. That is very important. Community involvement as such is a crux of any social work which we have to undertake. Until unless we involve those people, until unless we just tell them that water is their economic good. For example, people in West Bengal, like अभी अंजलि जॉर्ज साहब ने बताया था पिछले दिन वाटर क्रेडिट्स. Now water credits as such is a concept which is going to be developed in India, and we are also looking forward to one day where will have water exchanges also, where water saved will be exchanged to somebody in other areas, other water-starved areas in India. So that part is one thing. Uh, in West Bengal, I went to one village in Sundarbans, and the farmers were trading water. They said, "Okay, you look, you take my pond, give me the money because I don't want to use this pond this season, and you can do it for aquaculture, and you can take that water to your farms also." So this is actually happening. I have seen in almost all the parts of our country, in Maharashtra also, in Tamil Nadu also, in Kerala also. I have seen this trading has been taking place, but this is at a very local level. Now, making the farmer to understand that water is secured is very important. The value of water is that we need to make and I mean, I'm using this forum again to make everyone, like in our हमारी balcony में भी गार्डन है, हमारे घर पे भी गार्डन है. पानी सिर्फ पौधे को चाहिए, मिट्टी को नहीं चाहिए. With this basic mantra, I think we can save a lot of millions of water in our home also, in our country also. There are a lot of studies which have indicated that X amount of water can be saved. I mean, this is all available on internet. I will not go deep into that.
So, sir, since you mentioned that water efficiency is required, and when we talk about using water efficiently, agriculture is the first sector that comes in our mind. So, when we are saying that it will be, I mean, farmers need to be mindful while using water, is there any other way that we can incentivize farmers so that they use water efficiently? Because food security is another concern that we have to address given the current scenario of climate change.
देखिए, क्लाइमेट चेंज का सबसे बड़ा नुकसान हमारे यहाँ होने वाला है वो फार्मिंग सेक्टर में होने वाला है. लार्जेस्ट एम्प्लॉयमेंट उसी के सेक्टर में है. लार्जेस्ट जीडीपी की भी अच्छी इन्वॉल्वमेंट है एग्रीकल्चर की. तो क्लाइमेट चेंज का कोई भी असर आएगा, वेरिएबिलिटी का कोई भी असर आएगा, फ्लडिंग असर आएगा, ड्रॉट का असर आएगा, मानसून का असर आएगा. इनफैक्ट वो सबसे ज़्यादा वहीं पर आएगा. तो दे आर मोर इंटेलिजेंट, पीपल आर मोर इंटेलिजेंट, फार्मिंग कम्युनिटी इज़ मोर इंटेलिजेंट टू कंजर्व वाटर. अगर आप उनको पानी कहीं भी दिखा दोगे तो फार्मर्स जो होते हैं वो पानी कहीं से भी खींच के ले आते हैं. और माई पॉइंट इज़ दैट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट वाटर इज़ टू बी यूज्ड फॉर प्रोडक्टिविटी. अभी हमारे को जो टू पुट फिगर्स टू यू, इंडिया यूजेज अराउंड 650 BCM of water for irrigation, and India uses around 50 BCM for our domestic, and around 60 BCM for our industry and power. I mean, this is something which is a primitive and underdeveloped country stage. Had we been good or developed, once we strive to become a good developed country in 2047, we need to invert this water pyramid. We have to increase our usage in industry and power, and that definitely will be requiring more energy. We should be ready for that. But we should take out some water conserved from our irrigation. So this is our whole mantra now at this moment.
Right, sir. Mr. George mentioned water credits, and you also had given one example of West Bengal farmers using water credit. So would the government be interested in looking at it on a large scale?
Maybe not at this stage. I mean, this is too primitive, because once this whole concept, I mean, about the whole thing has to, just get into each and every person, each and every area and zone and agroclimatic zones. Each and every area has to be saturated with these facts, the knowledge. I think then we'll become more mature. We cannot force people to adopt to certain things. I mean, exchanges have been there in Mumbai. I know a few gentlemen have started a water exchange also. I mean, that's for urban areas. One society is trading water with another society. So that's happening actually in India. But I mean, they can continue to do. But as such, our understanding, government has to take a very serious call on this. I mean, later on, not at this stage.
Right, sir. So one question, given the current scenario of climate change, we are recording extreme heat and severe climatic conditions, more rainy days, but the precipitation level is not that much. I mean, it's not equally divided. So given such a situation, how could we ensure water availability in this scenario through rainwater harvesting or other systems?
देखिए, रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग इज़ बेसिकली वी आर क्रिएटिंग स्मॉल डैम्स। वी हमारे पास एक लॉबी है कि उस डैम्स को अपोज करती है, बट वंस वी स्टार्ट क्रिएटिंग डैम्स, स्मॉल डैम्स, उस डैम्स ही कर, वी आर डैमिंग द फ्री फ्लो ऑफ वाटर। I mean, my personal understanding is, apart from any government point of view, is that we have to use the water efficiently. Efficiency means doesn't mean that I need to, मेरे को अगर 2 गिलास पानी पीना है तो 2 गिलास पानी पीना है, 2.5 गिलास ना पीऊँ। दिस इज एफिशिएंसी। इसके बियॉन्ड जो है, बिकॉज भी मुझे पानी चाहिए इंडस्ट्री को डेवलप करने के लिए, मुझे पानी चाहिए पावर सेक्टर को डेवलप करने के लिए, बैटरीज की फैक्ट्रीज लगने वाली हैं, सोलर हमारी बैटरी स्टोरेज सिस्टम आने वाली हैं, तो उसके लिए पानी, वी नीड टू रिक्वायर वाटर रिक्वायरमेंट्स फॉर ऑल दिस इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट। वी आर गोइंग टू गेट दिस वाटर, सो वी हैव टू अडॉप्ट एफिशिएंसी in water use, and that is the only thing we need to emphasize for us, for all of us, for in our each and every day use. I mean, that's a basic thing which I understand.
We see people using or wasting water unnecessarily. So how do we make them aware and stop as much as water possible?
There is some regulatory mechanism also, there is some incentivizations also, there is some disincentivizations also. मेरे ख्याल से लोकल लेवल पे, कम्युनिटी लेवल पे, RWA लेवल पे, इन आर अर्बन सिटीज़ we call water user associations, water user societies in our farming sectors. At that level, we need to sensitize them about this efficiency thing, and people do change. I mean, previous in my experiences, I have not seen. I mean, I tell you one example. In Maharashtra, there was a farming community for whom a dam was created, and unfortunately, the government as such, as usual, they were not supplying water to the canals. The farmers went to the court, and the case went to the High Court. They fought it for 5-6 years. The High Court said, you settle it out, and the farmers, they formed an association, and पानी पारित समिति बनाई, और then they said that you just hand over this dam to us. Now what has happened after that? After taking over the dam and the canal system, they have the initial area for agriculture was around 5,000 hectares. Now they are growing it for 11,000 hectares, the same amount of water. So it's not that. I mean, we need to give more opportunity, more freedom to the users. So the same thing happens. Maybe the same model can be adopted in urban sectors also, and I mean, we can do it for the energy sector also. I mean that's something missing. And one thing which I'm feeling really missed is, I mean, we talk about creating more energies, and in terms of renewables and other things, but we are not talking about the model which Holland has adopted, cycling. I mean, why we are not emphasizing? I mean, sustainability is a part of it. We have not involved that. I mean, I'll request your chief editor to include these kind of things also. We need to start bicycle tracks. We need to go away from this energy thing at all. I mean, this is my suggestion to you.
Sure. Duly noted. And one last question from my end, which is, given the current situation, water depletion situation, how far are we from achieving our SDG goals?
No, we are not on a track where we are going to have very major stress, and because we as a government, yes, they are seriously involved. We are doing a lot of work in irrigation sector. We have already started thinking of smart irrigation systems. We have already developed in some of the states, The models are already there. Pilots have already been done. Results are very fantastic. We have been able to save a lot of water, and we have to be able to divert that water to the nearby cities also. So these things are there, but but we have, this is a sustainable effort. We need to continue working on this. We can't stop it here. If we stop, then again this we'll fall into that trap of water stress.
Guys, time limit. We still have 2 to 3 minutes. Somebody from the audience wants to ask a question. Yes, please.
Yeah. Myself,
Please
Rahul
identify
Sharma.
yourself. Thank you. Go on.
I am a power plant professional. Basically, we appreciate all the efforts your ministry has been doing in efficient use of water. We do understand, as you explained everything here. However, there has been several initiatives taken. But is the government or the ministry monitoring that all the policies and are really getting executed at the ground level? Like thermal plants to use the sewage water, treated water. But is it really happening? Because I see in the large cities, we still do not have sewage treatment plants as the real estate is growing. So this is where we have to, I think, put pressure. What is your view on that? Because industries, we are saying zero discharge. You have to be zero discharge. Rainwater harvesting we have to do in the apartments. But that does not, even rainwater harvesting in the apartments is not serving the purpose of the drinking water in that apartment. So how to make some penalization or something, government has to come up with like water credits. If something happens like that, some carrot and stick way of doing the things. We look forward for one answer from you on that.
Yeah, Rahulji, that's good. I mean, water credit is a good concept. It's a part of incentivization. I mean, there is a limit. We can't go for disincentivizations. What you're talking is right. And I have rightly pointed out. I mean, government cannot do each and every part of work. There's a thing called social audits. There is a thing called social groups. They have to come up and then they have to enlighten the government on many issues. They have been doing it, but I mean more things are required. Like for example, in power sector, you are a power sector. I have seen thermal plants, using canal water for its production. Then they are discharging their high temperature water into the canals. And farmers don't use that water. We have been pressing, and I was in Ministry of Power also earlier. So the 2.5 meter cube per megawatt. This we only suggested to the Ministry of Environment to issue. And this is a thing which is happening slow and steadily. It will not happen in day. I mean, right now, once we sleep in the night and wake up in the morning and find that everything is fine. We can do it, but it is a duty of everyone, not the government. I mean, my point is, there are certain vacuum areas we understand in the government that we have to fill up with the social. Water credit is a good thing. My personal take on this is that Mr. George has talked about water footprints and virtual water. I mean, we have dwelled on this idea, I mean, in deep details in many parliament sessions also. And I just want to tell everyone that we don't do trade on water. Please try to understand. We do trade on dollars and bonds. I mean, we don't think that ever that how much water we have used, and I mean, we require foreign exchange. We sell basmati to Europe only for the dollars. I mean, these are terms which are theoretical concern. They are not to be taken, I mean, as such on our policies matter, right?